Hi everyone, welcome to Edible Paper. This is my podcast, and I'm your host, Paper Izzy. This is like the third time I'm starting to record this because I don't know, I'm I'm having a flop tonight. But yeah, so we'll get right into it. Miley Cyrus won her first and her second Grammys last night, as at the time of recording this. Um, I'm so happy for her. Like, I think she deserves it 100%. I think she deserved one way before now, but that's just me. I'm a big fan, so I'm gonna say that. And talking about that, it's funny because anytime there's an award show, I'm like, I don't care about award shows. They're dead. It's over. It's done. But then Miley Cyrus wins a Grammy, and I'm like, she's the best artist in the world because she won a Grammy. And it really still doesn't mean a lot. And I like that she kind of mentioned that in her speech. Like, it's not everything. Like, it is exciting, and she's glad to have it. But her life is just as good now as it was before she won her Grammy. So I appreciate that too, having sort of that I guess that self-awareness about it, because there are so many things going on in the world where it's like a Grammy, yeah, who really cares? But I'm really glad she got it because I love her and I think she just deserves it. It's funny because I don't know if I've mentioned before, but Flowers is not like my favorite song by her. Like, I don't dislike it by any means, but it's like, it's not my favorite. It's like, it's great. It's a very nice song, but it's not my favorite. I don't know. I'm just glad that she's getting some type of recognition because she's deserved it her whole career. I mean, I remember just from even back when I was a teenager and like watching Hannah Montana, people always sold her short and like always complained about everything she did, and it's always been like that, and all these years down the line, I mean, almost 20 years her having a career, and it's finally like people I think are finally starting to realize like, hey, she's a key player in the music industry. She is, important. She is powerful. She is talented. And I'm just glad that other people are noticing that because she just is. Come on. She is the moment. My husband's right beside me, which is great. I love that. If I lose track, I can ask him what I was talking about. Not that he's listening, but maybe I could do that. But he's there with me. Next, we're going to talk about Taylor Swift. Talking about my husband, anytime like she announces a new album, which she did, I'm always sitting there. I'm like, oh my god, that fucking bitch. And he just, if I say it like that, he's like, is it Taylor Swift? I'm like, yeah. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, as I'm laying there, I was like, oh my fucking god, like, what in the world? Um, yeah, it was great. The new album is supposed to be called, I wrote it down, The Tortured Poets Department. I keep trying to call it like the Dead Poets Society, but that's completely different. But it's called The Tortured Poets Department, which, I don't know, it sounds kind of cringy, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll hear. I mean, I know I'm going to love it. Like, I can't pretend like I'm not going to love it. It's Taylor Swift, so come on. Also, she announced it at the Grammys, which is so funny because I just really did not watch. I was just like, okay, let me see if the people I like won. Awesome. Boy Genius, they won a Grammy. That's great. Phoebe Bridgers deserves one too because she's great. I know they said they were like on a hiatus because they've gone through this album era and the era is over, so they're going on hiatuses probably so they can release solo stuff. Like, I want a new Phoebe Bridgers solo record. So I'm excited about that. Did not even write that down in my notes, but I just had to go there. So yeah, I'm really excited for the album. I wonder what kind of sound it's gonna be. If it's gonna be like more indie folky, kind of country inspired, or if it's gonna be straight pop, or if she's gonna do something completely different. Um, yeah, I'm excited to see what she comes up with. I don't know if you can hear my dog, but he's saying hello. He's barking, as he always does. It's always, I wish I could show you. He's literally bundled up in this blanket upstairs, like, doors are locked, and he's just, like, barking. And it's so funny, because it's like, what do you think you're scaring off? Nothing. Nothing. But he's a good boy, and I love him. Alright, so next we're going to talk about a very hot topic right now, which is Megan Thee Stallion versus Nicki Minaj. And I am personally invested in this, which I feel so stupid because it's like on one hand, I think it's like with the Grammys, it's like I care, but I also don't care because it's like it's a fun little like it's entertainment, but it's not like my life is in shambles because these two people are fighting. But I mean, I love Megan Thee Stallion. If you know me, I like her anyways. And honestly, I used to be a huge fan of Nicki Minaj. Like, I mean, back in the day, I have her first three records: Pink Friday, Roman Reloaded, and the Pink Print. I didn't get the re-release of Romans Reloaded, but um, besides that, I mean, I don't think that it doesn't really count as a record. It's just like a little add-on. Um, so I have her first three albums, and I really think she's a talented rapper. I think that's silly to deny like her impact on the music industry. Like she really has done a lot, but she's also like not a good person. So while we can you know not celebrate, but at least acknowledge her achievements, we can also criticize her when she's being um unreasonable. Seems like an understatement because she's being batshit crazy. You know, the diss track, which is terrible. It's like, come on, gal. Like, if you're gonna do it, like, at least do it good. Like, like that's the thing is like, it it can't just be fun, anyways, because her husband and her brother are, all the alleged like sex offenders, and she's still just doing, obviously she's doing stuff with him. It's her husband and her brother, and not only like that, like I mean, to a certain point, I can understand, like still being like, okay, it's still my brother, I still love him despite what he did, whatever. But it's like to pay like legal fees and then try to like scare the victims away, or pay them off, like, and not even just admitting that they did wrong, like that is harmful, and I think that's why people are rightfully upset. She continually aligns herself with sex offenders, and it's not a good look. And I think if she, even for me, like if she tried to sit down and try to be like, hey, I understand where you're coming from, yada yada yada, like, yeah, I probably still wouldn't like her, but at least I would respect her a little bit more. But to just like pretend like you're not doing anything and you're the best person that ever lived and yada yada yada, just it's not doing it for me. And on top of all that, the diss track sucked. I don't understand. It's like I said, she is so talented. She is such a versatile like artist. Like she could do something good, but she just didn't. And I think that really goes to show like where she's at as a person. I think her time is definitely over as far as being, you know, such a big name in the industry. She's just kind of putting the nail in her own grave on that point. And, that's okay. People come, people go. That's what happens. So let's move on. I asked my patrons what they wanted me to talk about, and one of them said something happy, something positive. They suggested a holiday, but um, one I forgot to record, so wouldn't imagine anyways. The holiday's over. Two, never even heard of the holiday, so that's cool. It's interesting. But her secondary thing was something positive, something happy and enjoyable. And I think after talking about all this deep stuff, like we need happy, enjoyable stuff. The problem is I don't know what happy, enjoyable thing I want to talk about. I guess I could talk about Sonic the Hedgehog. That's on the list, but that is something recently that's been making me happy. Also pissing me off because it's so difficult. Like Sonic Superstars, I was cussing and fussing at that game because it was so hard to like beat any of like the I think it was the underwater boss. It was so difficult. And I'm like, I hate this. Like I hate just not being able to win, and I get that's like a normal human thing, but it was making me so mad. At least like when I play like the virtual console or whatever, or like Nintendo Switch Online and play like Sonic 2, like if I die, you know what, I'm gonna rewind. I'm not ashamed of using easy mode. I'll do it if I need to. It's a game. I'm trying to have fun. So I wish there was like a mode like that on Sonic Superstars, because I'm like, I don't want to easy mode my way through this, but it's so difficult and I really don't want to play anymore. So yeah, it's fun, but it's also very aggravating. So I have to like take my time and like, if I'm not feeling it, to just stop and go on to something else. But I really do love Sonic. I definitely, growing up. Anyways, my train of thought just got lost because I had to stop to yawn, and now I don't even know what I was talking about. Sonic the Hedgehog. I know that something about Superstars and Sonic 2 and all that. Also want to talk about Sonic Adventure 2 because that's like my favorite Sonic game. It was on the Sega Dreamcast, which I know flopped Sega into oblivion, and I feel like it's such a cliche answer to say Sonic Adventure 2 is my favorite Sonic game because I feel like it's really up there for a lot of people. But, it is. It's fun. I can't wait till Sonic and Shadow Generations comes out, because then I'll be able to play like that one level from Sonic Adventure 2 again, which would be great. I really need to get into what's that thing called? The thing they do with emulate. That's what it's called. I really need to get into emulators so I can play some of these games I want to play again. Just play them on my PC, because like I want to play that game again, and I want to play Croc and the Legend of the Gobbos, and all these other games that just aren't available any longer. At least easily. Another thing with Sonic is the third movie's coming out this year, and Jim Carrey's back, which is so silly because I know Jim Carrey mentioned like never wanting to ever do sequels, and now he's doing 2 sequels, and I feel like a lot of people have mentioned that, but it's just pretty wild. Speaking of Sonic Adventure 2, I think the little teaser trailer had like one of the songs from it, so it's gonna be like that storyline probably. I don't know, it's interesting. I didn't see Sonic the Hedgehog the movie 2, so I don't really know how it's going, but I should. I'm also playing Sonic Frontiers. I need to beat that. I just kind of have had it on pause, like not literally, like it's not just been sitting on pause the whole time, but like playing it, I've put that on pause for right now. Let's see. This is a short episode. I always feel like I'm gonna talk about something, and I'm gonna like, talk about it for like an hour or something, and then I look down and I've been speaking for like 2 minutes, which is pretty crazy. I guess it's the Delta 9 gummy. So, I guess I'm just gonna talk about my favorite songs, because that's what's next on the list. Hiss by Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, duh. Come on. It had to be on my favorite songs because it's so good. I feel like most of maybe that's why it goes by so fast, because I forget what I'm talking about. In the Megan Thee Stallion section, I was just talking about like Nicki Minaj, being a flop, but like another main part of that is Megan Thee Stallion, and I am absolutely in love with her music right now. I ordered the CD single for Cobra, and then like she came out with that remix with Spirit Box, and oh my god, it is so good. I feel like I've talked about it before, and I talk about it to my husband all the time about how much I love that song, especially like when I get high. Like there was one where it was like the lyric where it says, "How can somebody so blessed want to split their wrist? Slit their wrist." Oh my god. That's so stupid. Want to split their wrist. Want to slit their wrist. So, I've said that way too many times now. Anyways, it's a great line, and I really feel that. And then there's the one line, it's I'm killing myself when bitches would die to be me, and that is so relatable. I totally feel that. Just kidding, I don't, like, no one is dying to be me, but it sounds really good, and I love that for her. Like, not the killing herself, but that bitches would die to be her. Case in point, Nicki fucking Minaj. So yeah, great song. And then Hiss being the follow-up. I love how it's continuing with the snake imagery. Reputation says hi. And Hiss, it's really her just like striking and lashing out and like saying what's been bothering her. And I'm so glad that she's doing that. She's speaking her truth.
Oh my god.
She's speaking her truth, which me and my husband laugh about that all the time, because it's like, it like I get the point of it, and I understand like what it means, and but it's also funny when it's like, well, is it the truth or is it just your truth? But I think that's just kind of nitpicking the phrase. But it's such a good song. Obviously, people are talking about the line, um, "Hoes ain't mad at Megan, hoes are mad at Megan's Law," and I mean that's it's it's such a seething line, and it's so good, and it's just it's a good song. I love it. I think Megan Thee Stallion is a great like artist. Like I mean, a great entertainer. I love how like there's some Perfect Blue references in the music video for Hiss. It's just it's chef's kiss. Like Megan Thee Stallion knows what the fuck she's doing. I'm so excited for her album that's gonna come out later this year, and she's gonna go on tour during the summer, and I want to see her live. I would, I mean, I would do almost anything to see her live. So we'll see. Let's go on to the other songs that I like right now. What did I even write down? Oh, there's this, I don't know. I can't I can't ever keep up with if it's math rock or Midwest emo because sometimes they sound the same. I was trying to explain it to my husband yesterday and I just could not. But there's two songs by this band called the Cardboard Swords. Ooh, that's hard to say. Like the album came out in like one of the albums came out in 2014, but there's a song on it called Flannel and a song on it called Nickels. And I really like the songs. They're very pretty and like also like very scathing lyrics. Like in the song Flannel, the lead singer, I suppose, does the just like a poetry reading, but it's so like funny because it's so kind of like says like relatable stuff like being with your friends, eating pizza, whatever. But it's also talking about like the heartbreak that comes from heartbreak. So it's very deep, but it's very I feel like relatable and like the poetry kind of comes out of not comes out of nowhere, but it's unexpected and I think it really takes the song to like that other like better level, what have you. The other song, Nichols, is really pretty, and I don't know. I just love the imagery of it and like the lyrics. It's sweet. It's nice. Like I just like it. Okay, I just like it, and I'm gonna have to deal with it. But I'm really into like the math rock, Midwest emo like type of stuff right now. Like those two genres and like the in betweens and whatever. I mean, I'm not big on genres in the first place, but I think that I just really love like the pretty guitar sounds and the pretty vocals and of course like depressed shit. Like I love depressed shit because I am also a depressed shit. So yeah. But yeah, so great songs, love them. Every time I describe anything I feel like Donald fucking Trump. Be like, great songs, love them. They are the bestest, bigger songs, biggerer. Like he's such a maniac. And I just feel like a maniac. Bigly, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. The next one is I wouldn't say it's like a song I'm like super into right now, but I wrote it down because it really did stand out to me. It's "Talk About Love" by Kate Hudson, and it's surprisingly like why is it kind of a bop? It really is good. Like I like hearing her voice immediately takes me back to hearing her sing on Glee, and so it's kind of like she has a nostalgic voice to me and I don't know, it's a fun song. It's a little poppy, a little is it a little disco-y maybe, a little funky. I just really enjoy it and I had thought she was going to do a country album, but I guess not. Like I mean I could see like some like acoustic segments in it, but I wouldn't categorize it as country. But again, genres, who cares? But it really stood out to me, so I wanted to mention it. The last one that I wrote down is called "My Mind Now" by Paris Paloma, and that was it was a song that I think Spotify recommended, or it was on New Release Friday or something. But it is so pretty, and it starts out like really like soft, and then just like slams into like a really big like crescendo, and it is so good. And I feel like it's very like who does music like that a lot? I feel like Billie Eilish kind of does stuff like that where it's like really soft and then leans into like a big like bigger number at the end, which is great. And I like that, but it's like the soft thing is kind of I don't know. It's I love Billie Eilish. I can't say anything negative about her. I love her stuff now. I just I do. I'm sorry, but yeah, slow music can be hit or miss. It honestly just depends. But when it slams into like the ending part of the song, oh my gosh, like it is heart-wrenching. Like, I love the lyric, I was strawberry picking, you were gathering ammunition to use. And it was just like, I don't know, that it really hit me. Like, like. I cannot. But it really did hit me in a very, like, oh my God, in a very nice way. I like the song a lot. So I didn't write anything else down. I don't know. I don't know if I talked about everything enough. I feel like I talk about one sentence and that's it. But, you know, that's okay. I don't want to talk too long either, because I feel like sometimes I'll click on a YouTube video and it's like, there's no reason this YouTube video is 3 hours long. There's not enough information. And then sometimes it's like, oh wow, this YouTube video is 4 hours long. It's really good and has kept me interested the whole time. So, yeah. I know I did mention earlier, before I go, that one of my patrons suggested a topic for this video, and I wanted you to know that you can go follow me on Patreon. It's only $5 a month. I have one tier. I share lots of sketches. You'll see the artwork that I post first. I'll put YouTube, like, sneak peeks, like a sneak peek of scripts, or like early viewing to the video, screen caps, different things I'm working on, and everyone who joins gets a drawing from me. At least, you know, I'll post it to the Patreon and send it to you. And yeah, I hope that you will consider subscribing to that. And if you like this podcast, I guess rate it and do all that other kind of stuff. I don't really know. I'm a bad podcaster. I'm a bad social media person, because I'm like, do whatever, you know. I just hope you liked it, but like, really, you know, rate it, thumbs it up, whatever you're gonna do to it. Just make it make it good, make it positive, please. Let's stay positive. So that's about it for today. If you liked this episode, just yeah, let me know, and I will see y'all on the next episode of Edible Paper. I'm gonna go be high off my ass in my house some more. Goodbye.